at that.
We are still between the sea and the Slankorp mountain, and the weather is stunning. Teamwork is proving to be challenging, crazy, and dramatic. This is Roughing It Out.
Ubunzima be-challenges bufikelela encotheni eleke iveki zidlula. Masikhe sincamle kwiziganeko zale veki idlulileyo.
Last week on Roughing It Out, we put the rough kids through various beach challenges.
So eventually Akio came up with the idea of doing the fish.
Because we wanted to show that fish are cool and it's not cool to overfish.
And they ended the day with the raft race.
The end, it was really close because I think when they worked together, they were faster, but we worked together most of the time, whereas they didn't.
The South African landscape has colorful flowers, trees, birds, and animals.
But how much do you know about birds, fynbos, and reptiles? Niyawazi phofu umahluko phakathi kwezikhofa nepikoko.
As you know, on Roughing It Out, we love to challenge you with exciting adventures. And today is no different. Your guides for today are Lappies and Stephen, and you will meet them later. They have set up an exciting challenge for you about fynbos, birds, and reptiles.
There are 3 stages in total. Once you've learned all there is to know at each stage from the rough guides, there will be a challenge that you have to complete in 15 minutes.
Both teams have had their fair share of losses and wins. And by now you know that the success of a team depends on strategy, teamwork, and communication. Let's check out your first challenge.
Teams, we are starting with fynbos. Mr. Lappies will take you through the indigenous fynbos of Soetwater and give you instructions for the first stage of your challenge.
Right, guys. In the world, we've got 6 plant kingdoms, okay? Now, a plant kingdom is something where all the plants look the same. You live in the middle of the smallest plant kingdom on Earth. Now, you listen what I'm going to say now. Smallest, but by far the biggest. What do I mean by that? Yeah?
So, although it's only in a small area, it's the most diverse. Like, there are lots of different...
Clever, clever girl. It's the smallest area, guys, but it's got by far the most species of plants. Nearly 9,000 we've counted in the Cape. Did you know that Table Mountain, the Table Mountain has got more types of flowers than Sweden, which is a country? It's incredible what we have here. And these books I gave you later on, you can have a page through, and I think you will be astonished with the beautiful, beautiful things we have all around us here in Cape Town. Okay, I'm going to give each team a page like this and some colorful pencils. And you're going to go in here and you're going to do a bit of research for us. It will be self-explanatory what you need to do. You're going to find a certain type of plant and you're going to draw it for us. Okay, afterwards, I'll judge it, and the winning team with the most beautiful set of flowers will win the challenge.
Well, you heard it, guys. You will draw the leaves on the appropriate boxes on this page. This challenge is all about having a good visual memory. Your 15 minutes starts now.
In stage 1, the teams will need to identify the fynbos leaves and draw them in the appropriate box. Teams have 15 minutes to complete this challenge. Akil is drawing a scented leaf plant.
Okay. We have spiky leaves.
And spiky. Are you guys all going to draw?
Akil's the best at drawing out of all of us.
That looks good, Akil.
So Akio, he said he was good at drawing, so we let him draw. Like at the end, we all added on little details, but Akio did the drawing, and then Tiffany and Lebo and I, we went off to find the plants.
Swap around, it's fine.
Okay, but
Just
draw.
do like arrows or something.
Draw. Okay, so for the small leaves, where are the small leaves?
In the famous challenge, our strategy was I was drawing, and then my teammates were looking for the because on the drawing
Like they told us, they gave us descriptions of what we had to draw. Like it said like smooth or hairy or small or silvery or leathery.
The Sea Warriors plan to let Akil draw, and the rest of the team search seems to be working really well. Let's check in on the Wildcats.
During the Fynbos challenge, we picked someone who was going to be the drawer, and the team picked me as the drawer.
Okay, so while Katie's drawing the leaves, don't you think you guys should go? Okay. Spiky or thorny leaves.
And then the rest were going to be the finders, so I would like delegate.
Guys, can you please find spiky or thorny leaves?
I'd say, okay, I need you to find the leathery plant. So they would go and find the plant and come back, and then everyone would decide whether it was the right one or not.
So what else do we need? Scented
The
leaves.
Wildcats
This
seem
one
to
has
be
a
having a lot of fun smelling the various plants. Mmm, peachy.
smell. This one also.
Yeah, let's do it.
We got furry and red tip.
Furry over here.
What else do you need?
Like and when they came with the plants to me, it was very. But I am very bad at drawing, seriously.
The Sea Warriors are doing so well. It's only been 5 minutes and they've already found 4 leaves.
I think I definitely found most of the plants, so it was mainly Akil and I doing the things in that challenge. So yeah, we didn't really have a strategy, but we were gonna like. I think the other team did it, that they brought all the plants and then they drew. But we wanted to finish first, so we would bring the plants and he would draw as we brought them.
No, but this is I don't think that was the right one. No, there's no like right or wrong. They just say like lots of different.
Well, we can take a sample.
But it got a little confusing because we brought them in the wrong order, so sometimes we drew the plants in the wrong box.
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. You're better normally if I'm in art class, then I draw much better.
Communication was okay because sometimes they give me, like they don't start from the beginning, like so they'll start from the bottom, like with leathery or something, and then I'll do it in the first block. And then because I get confused because they have to tell me this is, because they didn't tell me what it was, I just drew like.
You're 6 at the moment, but I still have to draw 2 more than F8. So okay, so read it.
It is. Oh, that's one. Yes. Okay, so that can be
And that
brown.
is here. So what's the last one? We need.
flower.
Okay, that we do have a leaf that's scented as well.
And it is strong though.
Yeah, smell here.
When we did the paintbrush, Katie was doing the drawing. We found the plants quite easily though.
So have you guys found everything on the list?
Yes.
It seems like under 15 minutes, the Wildcats have found everything on the list. All they need to do is finish up their drawings.
I enjoyed like finding the different paintballs and learning about, you know, how it works when Mr. Lapis gave us a small talk, and how like paintballs is the smallest plant kingdom, but it makes up so much of South Africa.
Oh, that's the same color.
It's fine, because it is basically something. It's a little
Almost
lighter.
all our plants like the same.
Yeah. This one.
Ik heb de fout geniet dat ons eindelijk fynbos moes gaan soek en het geteken het. Ik ken net 'n paar van die plante want ons het sê al 9 plante gevind en ons het die vye plant ook gevind waar die dakplant en die vye ons het daar gekry en die amper die plant wat amper lyk soos 'n pepo en ons het nog meer plante gekry.
Guys, your time is up. Pens down.
Before the break, the rough kids got started on the Fynbos challenge.
I enjoyed like finding the different fynbos and how like fynbos is the smallest plant kingdom, but it makes up so much of South Africa.
Well done on completing your first challenge. You are now ready for the bird talk with Lappies. After the talk, he will give you a challenge. You have 15 minutes to complete this challenge.
Right, guys, so you ready for our bird challenge today? But before we do our challenge, I'd like to tell you a little bit more about the birds we have here in Soetwater. Now, Soetwater is a very well-known place, especially for coastal birds. We've got a very big variety of very special birds here. Among them, one of the rarest seabirds in the world, the black oyster catcher, which you will hopefully see just now. Now, guys, if you look at the board here of coastal birds, what do you notice? What do they all have in common? What do you know? Yes? What do you see?
I see a lot of them as
Black. What a clever girl. Yes, she's right. They're mostly black or white. If you notice, all coastal birds, guys, they're either black and white or grey and white. You won't see a coastal bird looking like a parrot running around here. But why do you think, guys? Why do you think they're black and white? Why do you think? Yes?
almost like camouflage.
Excellent answer. You are so right. Guys, if you look on the rocks or on the beach, you will notice there's no bushes or trees or shrubs or anything to hide away from. So these birds have to camouflage themselves. Right. Now our challenge to you today is you're going to get bird sheets like this, identification sheets to help you. Okay? What you're then going to do in your team, you're also going to getting a bird tick-off list. You're going to walk next to the coast. We're only going to give you 15 minutes and you're going to see how many different birds you can spot. All right? When you spot a bird, you're going to tick it off on this list. The team that sees the most birds will be the winner.
Thank you, Lappies. Now, to help you with this challenge, we are going to give you mobile phones and a camera so that when you see the bird, you can take a picture and then tick it off your list. This is the perfect challenge to test your listening skills. You have 15 minutes. Your time starts now. For stage 2, the teams will need to identify as many bird species as possible. The team with the most correct species wins.
Sasa wakakahle together because nabenthatha amafoto uKate Eunice bajongindaka bona and uKhotha yena bebhali list baseneziphi.
Look, find the sacred ibis. It's down there. It's white and black, and it's the big bird.
The big bird.
During the bird watching challenge, I don't think there was anyone in specific that took the lead. I think, well, Kotha was the one who was ticking off the birds, and each person would go off and say, found a bird, and then Ayanda would come and take a picture, except it was really annoying because sometimes he wasn't there to take the picture, and you're like, Ayanda, come, and he'd be like, no, I'm taking a picture of this bird, and we're like, no, but we already have that bird.
Ayanda, wait for your team. Where is this guy? It's going well, but it's very tricky to capture the birds because they fly off the closer we get to them.
We looked everywhere and we found birds all over in the water, on the rocks, in trees, up in the air. It was very exciting.
Looks like the Wildcats are almost done. Let's check in on the Sea Warriors. Woo!
Blackbird's like amongst those white birds.
Okay, what is that one?
Here's the catcher and oh, but it could also be a cormorant.
Do you think it's this one, the black?
Yeah, black cormorant. Yeah, black cormorant.
Okay.
Oh, that one.
Akil, we have another one. We have black cormorants.
I was the one who held the list and I was ticking off, but I was also helping to look around and see if that's the right bird that they were talking about my teammates.
What's that bird, guys? What's that bird? That's a black oyster catcher.
The black bird with the orange beak.
It's an oyster catcher. But it could also be a crown cormorant.
That's true, guys. Okay, so we got to make a call.
I think it's the oyster catcher. I think it's the oyster catcher.
Should we try go closer to see? Let's just be very careful.
Oh, no. That's definitely oyster. Look, the one by the rock is like a really bright orange. That's
Okay, should we tick that off? Are you going to try to take a picture of the black oyster catcher?
My My least favorite was definitely the birds because they were quite far away and they were hard to identify. And it wasn't so much teamwork, we were all just like sort of standing around. It wasn't a lot of action, it was just like walking and looking at them.
Georgia and Tiffany, they were like mostly looking at the birds, and then Lebo, he was taking photos of the birds, but lots of times he like escaped and stuff because it was hard taking photos with a normal camera.
Let's see what birds we've got and what we still need to find.
Okay, so we got the cow, heart-lips cow, sacred ibis, and we got the Egyptian goose, African black oyster catcher, and we got the Bangkok cormorant.
Ik heb die oyster catcher gezien, die black cormorant, en die white-breasted cormorant, en die Egyptian goose, en die Cape seagull, en ik heb ook die dukkop gezien.
Looks like we're nearing the end of the challenge with both teams scrambling to find their final birds on the list.
Rough kids, your time is up.
Maqela, nisebenzisana ngokuzimisela kakhulu, ndiyaziqhenya ngani. Your memory and listening skills have brought you to the final challenge.
This last stage is all about reptiles. Stephen has brought with him 7 snakes that he will show you. He will tell you all you need to know about them. Over to you, Stephen.
Good morning, Rough Kids. My name is Stephen, and I'm here to show you some of the slithery creatures that you find around the same reserve here. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the small snakes, then we'll work our way up to some bigger ones. Because some of you are still nervous, so what we do is we start small and then we'll work onto the bigger ones. Okay.
When I heard that we were going to be doing a snake challenge, I was really excited because I like working with snakes in a controlled environment. But you know, if I see a snake on the ground, of course I'm going to scream and run away. I was really excited at seeing the different snakes that the snake man brought.
This is the most common snake you'll find in this reserve. It's called an olive house snake. Now, this snake doesn't bite. It's still a friendly snake.
It's coming towards me.
Now, it's got no venom, so how this snake kills its prey is it wraps itself around its prey and it squeezes it nice and tight.
So it doesn't bite?
It doesn't bite, it's bite with venom.
For the reptile challenge, it was so cool because finally, like, I always wanted to touch a snake for so long. My favorite snake was the boa from South America. That was my favorite snake.
The Rough Kids seem to be enjoying Steve's snake show, but I hope they're paying close attention to the info.
Although the big one's usually a lot more grumpy than the little one.
Steve, he taught us actually so much. Like, I was so interested in how they like digest their food. I loved the egg eater, how it crushed the eggs. So I learned a lot about the snakes.
Thank you so much, Steve, for that show. I'm sure the Rough Kids enjoyed it. Maqela, nizivele nani. What we have here is a list of snakes that you have to go and find. But the catch is you'll be tied together in pairs. Your attention to detail will come in handy here. Are you guys ready to go out and find the pictures of the snakes?
Yes!
Let's get you ready to get to the start of the final challenge. For stage 3, teams will do a reptile hunt, having to identify 5 snakes that are hidden. Teams will also be tied together in pairs of 2.
Found the cobra. We got this. Guys, what if you guys? We have a cobra. Wait, isn't that's the boomslang? But then what's this? This is the egg eater. Okay.
Are you sure this? Why is this the boomslang?
Because it's got the striky things.
But surely the cobra.
Only the cobra. But we don't have cobra on the list.
So you don't need it.
There were pictures of snakes that weren't on our list, and so it was a little hard finding, do we need this one, don't we?
So you don't need that one.
Okay, then we don't need that one. Okay. No, guys, it should be right.
Nice.
I was with Tiffany, and I felt bad because I think I was going a little fast because she kept on like tripping and like scratching her legs. So that was kind of my fault.
Nice. But then we have to label them to put that one down. Is that the egg? Yeah. Isn't that the big one? We don't need this one then.
The big one wasn't on the list. This is the big one. This is the, what's it called? Like the boa constrictor.
No, it's not.
Look how big it is. Look how
En toe ons nou die slang gekry het, die waterslang, het ek en Georgia nie geweet nie. En ons het gedog dat dit die egg-eater was.
Yeah, guys, we already have that one. Over here.
So it's mayhem here with all of the kids hobbling around tied together trying to find pictures of snakes.
Grab that one. Guys, grab that one that you got.
Our communication was especially bad during the snake find because we were bunching and everyone was looking for the same thing in the same place.
How many snakes do you have now? Three. Two more to go. So one more to go.
And during the snake find, it was really annoying because, as I said before, I don't like finding things in groups.
What is this? What is this?
I don't know what it is. We need to check.
But you only need 5 pictures of snakes when Ayan.
And so we were getting annoyed going, you know, where are the snakes?
Oh, the extra snakes.
You have to figure that one out yourselves.
There's a mole snake. Yeah, mole snakes. Guys, we got a mole snake. So we've got worm slang, common egg, aurora, mole snake, brown water snake. We need the brown water snake.
Well, my favorite was definitely the snakes because I loved the snake show, and also I love it when we have to go out and a treasure hunt and we're tied together and it's a bit of a rush. I really like it when it's like that.
Let's see if you have all the items.
Where's the list?
Okay, this one's a heavy.
Guys, we finished.
Okay, let's see. Where's the boomslang?
One slang.
This one.
Okay, what's next?
Egg eater.
Here. Mole snake.
Aurora.
Mole snake.
And
Brown water snake.
yeah.
Looks like the Sea Warriors have found all 5 pictures of the snakes. Congratulations.
Rough kids, your time is up.
Today was all about finding creative ways of storing memory in your mind. And you guys performed brilliantly. Well done.
Now you know the nature of the game. We need to choose a winner. And Mr. Lappies will tell the teams how they did.
Once again, guys, well done to everyone. Congratulations. The way you did it was, wow. I was very, very impressed with that. The winner of the Fynbos Challenge was the Wildcats. The winner of the bird watching, well, there aren't any winners because it was a draw. And the snakes was won by the Sea Warriors, the Snake Challenge. So today was a draw, so both teams, give yourself a nice round of applause.
Thank you, Lappies, and congratulations to both teams. You have both earned yourselves 5 rough points.
5 points added to the tally. Let's check out the scoreboard.
After another eventful day at the coast, the teams once again ended on a draw, each earning 5 rough points. It's been a beautiful and testing day for our Roughing It Out teams. I don't think they expected any of this.
That's it from us today. Make sure to tune in next week, same time, same place.
Did you touch the snake? You did so well.